How's it going, everybody? Arethius back here for another Pokemon Battle Commentary video, and we are once again taking a look into the Random Eggstravaganza tournament as Zexxios gets ready to take on WreckItMike, who is one of the newer battlers to Ion. He came with Flaring Flames Bidding War League not too long ago, and he's now started to jump into some of our other things, like the Random Eggstravaganza and the Ion Pokemon League itself. So let's take a look at what we've got going on here. So a lot of the same things that we've seen from Zex, a little bit of a wrinkle here, as we've got Miltank, Mr. Rime, Salandit, Solrock, Reuniclus, and Lantern. Lantern I don't think we've seen yet from Zex, so we'll see what this thing's going to do. It's got leftovers. I'm presuming it's pretty tanky. Lantern's got if you're not familiar with it, has a pretty good special defense stat and some good HP, so it can definitely be annoying to deal with at times. Looking at the items here, again, we've got this choice scarf on the Reuniclus, and we actually had a discussion with Zex about this after the last video went up, and yeah, it's not good. It's not good, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. And once again, the Salandit makes an appearance. I don't know, I think whatever reason, Zex is just determined to use this thing. Maybe because he figured no one thought he would. And looking at Mike's team, he's got Lunatone, Marowak, Amoonguss, Wobbuffet, Paparaja, and Dragonite. It's a pretty decent looking team from Mike. The only thing, so outside of Lunatone, and I guess depending on how the Amoonguss is built, granted, I mean, it definitely has special attacks, but everything else is physical, obviously, except for the Wobbuffet, which is just a punching bag and doesn't actually actively attack. So, pretty decent overall team, it looks like, for Mike, but we'll see what he's got to deal with and what he's going to be bringing to the table here. But anyways, let's click on the video. Let's play the video, and we'll see at least what Zex is thinking on how he wants to start this off. Look at that, Salandit. He's going to go with the Salandit. I'm wondering what he's expecting. Maybe the Amoonguss, maybe Paparaja. I would actually be surprised if Zex has faced a Paparaja in competitive. I don't think anybody in the IPL uses it, so I think the likelihood of Zex actually having dealt with one before is probably pretty low. Alright, so here we go. Let's see what Mike is going to send out here. Start things off. Again, guys, I mentioned it a few times for the Random Eggstravaganza tournament. Remember that players had to use what they were given and could not adjust abilities, could not adjust IVs, and could not adjust natures. So, if you see something that's a little bit weird, that's probably why. Alright, so Lunatone leads here. Zex is going to poison it. This thing could hit it pretty hard with either a Power Gem or Psychic. But it's going to set up Stealth Rocks instead. Not going to be particularly threatened too much by this Salandit, I don't think. I think the only attacking move on it is Fire Blast. Alright, Zex is going to go into Mr. Rime. I think hoping for a Psychic here. If he gets, I mean, this thing's Assault Vested, so it could still take a Power Gem decently. Oh, it's going to tank this really well. Seems like a decent alright switch. And Stealth Rock damage is not fun, but... Alright, what does Zex have him land here? He just wants to clear out the Stealth Rocks. Lunatone's leaving. In for Paparaja. Let's see, get rid of the Stealth Rocks. Let's see what he chooses to do here. Solrock would be an interesting choice, but I don't like it. If this thing does Heavy Slam, this is gonna hurt. Something similar? Rock Tomb, interesting. It's gonna slow it down, which I don't know if it's gonna matter too much. X is gonna try and get out some Stealth Rocks here. This thing is still gonna be super threatened by Heavy Slam here. Maybe it doesn't have it. Maybe it doesn't have it. Oh, look at this. We have the Soul Rock versus Lunatone showdown. This is what we were all waiting for, right? When we saw the team preview. Actually, not really. Okay, so it looks like Mike is probably just going to be able to get his Stealth Rocks back out now. That's going back into Mr. Rhyme. Which seems fine because it chased it out before, so maybe it doesn't have Power Gem? Taking some more poison damage. This thing's getting worn down a little bit. This is interesting. You can see Zex hovering over his rapid spin here, so I think he's thinking about whether or not he can get away with it because he probably assumes Mike thinks that's what he's going to do because that's what he did last time. Could go for a Shadow Ball here. Nope, he's just going to go to try and clear the hazards. Into the Wobbuffet. So this is interesting because now Zex is stuck here. He does have Shadow Ball on this thing, which will do some damage. See if... Oh, he's going to Dynamax. This is a bold call if he goes for it. I don't know if this is really necessary here. I guess then again, what else are you gonna Dynamax? Alright, so he's gonna... I wasn't paying too much attention to actually what he clicked, but I'm assuming it's Max Phantasm. Oh, if he clicked Mirror Coat, this is gonna hurt. Ooh, Wobbuffet's got a berry. Heal back up a little bit. Encore, which doesn't affect Dynamax Pokemon, so that's not bad. That's not bad. Oh, Zex, no, just click Phantasm and get rid of this thing. Just do it. I don't know if this KOs. I don't think it does. It does not. Yeah. And there goes Mr. Rhyme. Yeah, you just wanna get rid of the Wobbuffet. It's dangerous. It can be dangerous. So this is interesting. So you could bring in Soul Rock here and potentially work to set up your terrain. Granted, Wobbuffet is going to Encore, so yeah, you probably wouldn't want to do that. Well, the Hail would eventually take it down after a couple of turns. Look at that, Salandit got a KO, guys. I wonder if Zex did that just so that could happen. Like, look, Salandit did something. Protect wouldn't be terrible here. You get a turn of poison and hail damage in on this thing. It's probably going to Psychic. I'm going to try and Fire Blast. This is not going to do much damage at all. Oh no, he's going to Stealth Rock. Actually, it's a good thing he didn't Protect there. I forgot that he'd already cleared the Stealth Rocks. We should have seen that when Salandit came in and didn't take a boatload of damage. Alright, so now for sure you think you want to protect. Because that'll give another turn of poison damage, another turn of hail damage. And Salandit might be able to just go ahead and Fire Blast from here. And it might actually KO if it hits. I think it... No! No! What are you doing? Zex. Zex! Here comes the Psychic. This will get tanked. Okay. Hail stopped. Poison will still take this thing down. I think you just Fire Blast there. I mean, granted, it has to hit, but I mean, what do you? I mean, what's the point of saving this Salandit for, to deal with the Moongus? Maybe. Oh, where's the Lunatone thing? There it is. In comes Marowak. I don't know why would you protect here? What are you worried about? We might get a Swords Dance here with Throat Chop. Interesting. Interesting coverage move there. You gotta go into Miltank, I think. No, not Lantern. You wanna go into Miltank. Oh. This is weird. Throat Chop. Yeah, you could. Lantern's not very physically bulky, I think. I mean, it's got a good HP stat, but still, now you're in the spot. Another thing with Protect on it. I think you run the risk of not getting an attack in now, and getting Bonemerang to Earthquaked. Oh no, he's just gonna leave. Or Moongus. Basically just gonna laugh at this Lantern. Oh no, look at that, we got the burn. Whatever is this Moongus gonna do? Yeah, I think the play there was to go into Miltank. Because Miltank would have tanked that Throat Chop better, and we would have given some Rocky Helmet damage onto that Marowak. Alright, Zex is gonna Volt Switch here. Problem is what do you Volt Switch into? Oh, a crit. Oh boy. I'm assuming you go into Salandit, maybe? You're potentially walking into a Spore. What did he... Wait, yeah, there's a Salandit. Yeah, there's the Spore. So this should probably give Mike a free switch into something. Maybe Marowak. Might go into Dragonite and take an opportunity to maybe set up. Yeah, into the Marowak. This is the obvious and smart play, I think, here, because then you can just one-shot this thing with some kind of a ground move. Zex could swap into Soul Rock here, which would dodge a ground move due to Levitate. And honestly, Mike could just expect that and click something that's not a ground move, and it really wouldn't matter much, I don't think. But probably, I think almost anything that this Marowak has will probably KO this Salandit. But I think it's better to just maybe let the Salandit go here. I mean, you do have Reuniclus, which will help potentially deal with Amoonguss, and actually, thanks to that silly choice scarf, it might actually be faster than the Amoonguss. Ooh, Slandit woke up. It's gonna get to poison this thing. It's good. It's gonna at least do something on the way out the door. Boomerang, good night, Slandit. Alright, so Slandit's down. Even at 4 aside. So, Amoonguss would obviously be the probable switch in here. But, yeah, you just want to Scald. Oh, he stayed in with Marowak. Oh, this thing's dead. That's a pretty smart call, I think, for Mike there. I don't think there's a point. I mean, yeah, you could switch into the Amoonguss. See, Lantern's down. Although, excuse me, Lantern wasn't actually going to serve too much of a purpose in this battle, I don't think, at this point. Outside of maybe getting a lucky Scald in on maybe Copperaja or Dragonite. There's always a possibility Dragonite's packing a Lumberry too. So he may just lose Soul Rock here. I didn't see what he clicked. I'm assuming it's Psychic Terrain. Unless it was Protect. And for the Amoonguss. There's the Psychic Terrain. And again, the Soul Rock can't really take advantage of. Yeah, this seems to be just a very good spot that Mike is in now. Yeah, this is the right idea here. Just try and do as much damage with the Soul Rock as you can before it goes down. But that's a pretty good hit. It was a crit, yeah. That's a crit. Spore. Soul Rock's gonna go to sleep. I think this thing just desperately needed Zen Headbutt, like we mentioned before. Oh no, don't switch. You know what? It's probably. You know what? It's not a terrible idea to switch, because now you've got the Soul Rock asleep, so he can't Spore for Uniclus here. Mega Drain. Problem that Zex is going to run into here is that Copperaja, I think, won't care too much about expanding Force. This is gonna hurt. Alright, Amoonguss is down. That's always nice to get rid of that thing. So we're even at 3 aside, but I feel like it's a very deceptive look right now. Okay, Copperage is in. I think you just go to Miltank. Yeah, the problem you run into is that this Copperaja could have Body Press, maybe. It has the potential to be pretty tanky. But yeah, I think you just kind of do this here. All right, Heavy Slam. Oof. God, that did a lot of damage. That KO? It's gonna be close, actually. Maybe not that close. Can't get away with doing milk drink again, I don't think. Gonna do it. I don't think this is gonna heal him enough. I think you kind of have to go for a body press there. Or a fire punch and hope for a burn. Oh my god, Miltank just survived. Okay, now you have to attack. You have to attack. The body press is probably the more damage option here. Nice. There goes Caporaja. There's still this Dragonite looming. There's also a sleeping Soul Rock. Alright, you just need to attack here. Retaliate is your best option to just do some damage. I don't know if you want to do this, Zex. Oh, it's Dynamaxing. That's right, Mike still got his Dynamax left. Yeah, this is over. I think. You get Soul Rock asleep. And Reuniclus is not going to be able to cut through Dynamax here. Actually, Dragonite probably just one-shots everything from where it's at. Where everything is standing right now. I don't think Reuniclus lasts here. Zex is going to try and protect. It doesn't matter. It's fast asleep and can't be moved. Alright, there goes Soul Rock. I don't think Reuniclus survives a Wormwind. And even if it did, doesn't survive what comes in after it, I believe. I have to click Expanding Force here, but this should be all over but the shouting. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. So yeah, there's a win for Mike. I don't really know. There's nothing. I mean, there are a couple of things, obviously, like I commented on during the battle that I probably wouldn't have done if I was Zex there. You know, there was that swap into the Lantern rather than switching into Miltank against the Caporaja or against the Marowak. Or not Caporaja. Outside, I mean, again, I think there's you know the old team diff. If you're a League of Legends fan. I don't think there was anything super outplayed there that happened. There's just a couple, like, again, there's the idea of the Soul Rock not having Psychic Terrain and then not having Zen Headbutt, which I think was an interesting choice. And then, obviously, the Choice Scarf. We don't need to harp on the Choice Scarf again. But, yeah. There you go. Like I said, I don't think I have really anything to add to what we've already talked about. It was a good battle for Mike, and Zex actually did pretty good, all things considered. I mean, looking at those two teams in team preview, I probably would have said this would have been a lot more of a blowout than a 2-0 win for Mike. I mean, granted, like, you know, at one point was it Lunatone go down? When he probably could have switched into Amoonguss and stuff like that. So, I don't know. 6-1, half dozen there at this point. But anyways, if you guys had any thoughts on that battle, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and click that thumbs up deal, and consider subscribing to the channel for more battle commentary videos like this. I have a ton on the Google Drive that people have been sending me, so I'm probably not going to do all of them. I'm going to start maybe choosing here and there, because let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 right now in the bank. So we got people continuing to upload them all the time. So maybe we'll start kind of picking and choosing based on who like opponents are and stuff like that, and then hopefully maybe instead of just having people send me everything, they'll send me ones that are particularly interesting for one reason or another. But also, guys, if you're interested in getting in on tournaments like the Random Eggstravaganza or leagues like the Ion Pokemon League and all sorts of other little tank joke there, other fun stuff we have going on the Ion Game Corner Discord server, check the description below. It's got a link for you to get yourself over there, and all the fun Pokemon stuff is there, among other great content and gaming goodness. So check that out. But that's going to do it, guys. So as always, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll catch you on the next video.